Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with the start of the winter storm that's just to the north and west of our area right now. You can see, though, the ground is super wet right now. I mean, we're just totally soaked out there after round after round after round of rain has moved across the area. This is a live look from the Gulf Freeway. Downtown would be right about there in the distance, but you can see, well, we really can't see it at all just because the visibility is cut down so much from this heavy rain that's moving through the area right now. Temperatures are really borderline right now. We're in the mid-30s. So yeah, nothing is freezing at this point, but you got to think once temperatures drop below freezing, even if there's nothing falling from the sky, all of this water that's on the ground right now is going to freeze to ice. So here's a look at radar right now. 24 degrees in Austin, 38 degrees still at Bush. We're at 34 for Conroe. And then now we're below freezing in College Station and Brenham. So this really Arctic air that's back across the hill country is slowly starting to seep into the area. Also, look at how much freezing rain and sleet is back to the west as well. Wherever you see that teal color, that indicates that tealish purple color, that indicates the sleet. And then the pink color here indicates freezing rain. Now, freezing rain is literally just rain falling from the sky. We call it freezing rain because the temperatures are below freezing. So the second that rain hits the ground, turns to ice. Sleet are just ice pellets, right? So they hit the ground, they kind of bounce because they're already ice. Freezing rain is actually worse because it ends up being this clear, smooth glaze. And so it makes the ground look wet. And so it's a little deceiving because you look outside and you see it's raining. And so you just think, oh, the ground's wet. And then you step outside, you go flying. So just keep that in mind. That's the kind of weather that we're going to be dealing with tonight into tomorrow morning. Brenham right now actually starting to see freezing rain move through the area. It's a quick moving but moderate to heavy shower of freezing rain right now. So I bet we're going to start to see some ice reports there. College Station, some light freezing rain up in that area as well. But so far, everybody else above freezing for the moment. That will change, though, here over the next few hours. But there's that rain that I just showed you on the Gulf Freeway camera lifting through the city right now. These have been really kind of really small popcorn isolated showers, but they've been really heavy so far. And I think we're going to see more of that tonight, maybe even some thunder and lightning with these more convective showers as they push through. All right, weather impact alerts in effect, obviously, all night into tomorrow. So here's your hourly planner. It'll start as rain across the city, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, and then it quickly transitions to freezing rain, probably around 2 a.m. That's in the city. I think areas north and west, though, see that freezing rain a lot earlier, and that's where it's going to accumulate a lot faster as well. So here it comes, 10 o'clock. We're talking about freezing rain here from Columbus through Brenham, College Station, probably into Huntsville as well. This is really heavy stuff coming in here at midnight. Notice temperatures on the model are still above freezing at midnight. Take it with a grain of salt. They could be off by a couple of degrees. You know, the faster that cold air gets in here, the bigger the problems we're going to see, though, in terms of ice accumulation. And the heavier that rain comes down, the faster that ice is going to accumulate. I mean, look at the temperatures up here in the 20s to around 30 degrees. That's definitely cold enough, again, for that icing. All the way down to Palacios as well. Palacios, El Campo, Sugar Land, all below freezing. As we get into tomorrow morning, that freezing line goes down to Angleton as well. Galveston, I think you're just mainly going to be rain for this storm, thankfully. But pretty much anywhere else here along the mainland, you're going to see quite a bit of freezing precip here. And it will start to taper tomorrow morning as showers. I think it takes till about mid-morning before we're all totally done with this. But I would say by 8 and 9 a.m., that's when we start to dry things out. Clouds stick around through midday, and then by the afternoon, we start to see more sunshine across the area. Tomorrow ends up being a nice day. It'll be cold. Temperatures only top out in the mid-30s, but with the sunshine, hopefully that helps to melt and dry any of the surfaces out there that see the ice later tonight. There will be spots, though, to the north that stay below freezing, but I think the city points south will actually make it above freezing tomorrow afternoon with sunshine. There are the ice accumulations still expected here. Big swath north and west of the city, huge amounts of ice to Louisiana. We're kind of on the edge of not super impactful ice and very impactful ice. Wherever you see these values in that quarter-inch range, that's where you're getting more impactful numbers. But even where you're getting close to 0.2 of an inch of ice, this is where we could see more. This model has updated. Earlier it was showing higher values. The nature of these high resolution models is basically you get these bullseyes and you're kind of just chasing bullseyes every few hours. So take this with a grain of salt. I think on average we get 1 to 2/10 of an inch of ice, but there will be pockets that get over 1/4 of an inch of ice. Hopefully we stay in that range though, under 1/4 of an inch of ice. That will make for dangerous travel, but it really minimizes the power outage potential across the area. When you get above 1/4 of an inch, that's when you start to see tree damage. Tree branches and tree limbs start to take down power lines. That's when power outages start to become more widespread. That's when you get bigger issues. And then this last category is not going to be anything that we see here, more widespread catastrophic issues. That's going to be more through Louisiana up into the mid-Mississippi Valley. So again, I think most of us fall into this range. Hopefully, we don't see much, if any, in power problems. But there could be a couple of pockets where we do get into that second range. So this is what we're talking about in terms of probabilities. I think there's at least a medium to high probability that we get icing tonight. It's really just location dependent. Road closures will really just depend upon how much icing we see. I think it's a better chance the farther north you go. Same deal with power outages. And then behind all of this, a hard freeze comes in. And we'll talk more about that in just a second. But this is what you can do before all of this moves in tonight. Make sure everything's charged. You should have your phone plugged in right now. Make sure everything's fully charged tonight. In case you lose power, you want to be able to stay connected. Stay off the roads, no brainer. Also, and this more comes in for what's coming in tomorrow night into Monday, protect exposed pipes. Because God forbid we lose power, you're talking about pipe bursting cold. Monday morning, possibly Tuesday morning as well. Watch the numbers here. It's upper 20s by tomorrow morning for a lot of the area. Low 20s though, farther north and west. This is where the pipe bursting potential is going to be the highest. Areas that may lose power and then drop to the low 20s. For the afternoon, I think we get to the mid and upper 30s, maybe a couple of 40-degree readings, especially down to the south. But I think areas to the north will stay below freezing. Here comes the real cold now, Monday morning. Mid to upper teens to around 20 as your actual air temperature. And then you factor in the wind and it feels atrocious. We're talking about feels like temperatures Monday morning, single digits across the board. Couple spots, 10, 11, 12 degrees down to the coast, but some really, really nasty stuff here getting into Monday. So there's your 7-day forecast. We've got a weather impact alert in effect for tomorrow for that icy morning. We've continued it into Monday morning as well for the hard freeze. Right now we left Tuesday out of it, but you may get another hard freeze Tuesday morning. And then we do moderate back to the 50s Wednesday and Thursday, still below normal. I mean, well below normal here this week, temperature-wise. Next shower chance comes in Friday. That could be a coastal storm that we have to keep an eye on. Still too far away. We're not going to talk about it now. But for the time being, the worst of this comes in tonight, sticks around through tomorrow morning, and then we get a hard freeze getting into Monday morning. Of course, we've got an update, a full update, coming up on the KHOU 11 News at 10 o'clock. It's myself and Chief Meteorologist David Paul. Hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.